This episode is proudly sponsored by Cozy Earth, where comfort truly meets luxury. From ultra soft bedding to premium loungewear, Cozy Earth is all about helping you rest, recharge, and feel your best every day. And as we always say here, comfort matters, especially when you're on a healing, wellness, or self care journey. If you'd like to experience that comfort for yourself, visit Cozy Earth and use discount code MOBASS, MOBASS, at checkout for special savings because everyone deserves comfort, care, and a little everyday luxury. Remember, I get a commission, so please use my discount code MOBASS, MOBASS. All righty. Good evening, everyone, and welcome. I'm Monique Bass, and I want to thank you for being here tonight. Tonight's conversation is deeply personal for me. My guest is not just accomplished, he's family. We've been friends for 37 years, maybe 38, and we've walked through some of life's hardest moments together. During my own breast cancer journey, he was one of the people who called me consistently, checking in and encouraging me. And the very day I rang the bell, celebrating survival, he learned he was facing his own diagnosis, stage 3 colon cancer. He fought it and he won. Then in 2025, he was diagnosed again, this time with stage 4 colon cancer. And once again, he beat it. Tonight, I'm honored to welcome U.S. Army Colonel, retired Dr. Lawrence Larry Henry. Wait, hold on. A native of New Jersey, Long Branch, New Jersey, a 2-time cancer survivor, and the founder and executive director of A Bridge to Light, a nonprofit dedicated to chronic disease awareness, especially colorectal cancer in underserved communities. The world may call him Dr. Lawrence, but I'll always know him as Larry, my brother and my friend. Larry, thank you for being here. How are you feeling tonight?
Yo, now listen, Mo, I think you lying.
Hey, hold on.
Oh, all right.
Welcome.
Ladies and gentlemen, Mo got a new toy, so we can expect anything tonight to just pop out of the blue as far as sound effects is concerned. But Mo, I think you lying. Oh, there you go. There you go, right? I think you lying because stage 4 cancer don't look like this.
It sure don't.
Stage 4 cancer don't look like this. You know what I'm saying? So I think you read it all wrong. You know, state cancer. You, Disco Donna, don't look like that. You know?
Right.
So other survivors that we know don't look like this. By the way, big shout out to all the fighters, survivors, and those who fought and lost the fight. This month is what? Cancer Prevention Month. So I feel happy and proud to just be here to share the stage with my sister and friend, almost 4 decades.
On Super Bowl night.
Listen, we competing with chicken wings and meatball sandwiches.
For those on the podcast, Larry has on a football jersey. And I have my, I don't even know what they call. What do they call?
Whatever you want to call it.
I have the black stripes underneath my eyes. So even though we're there in spirit.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. But Mo, thank you all in all seriousness. Thank you so very much for allowing me to be on this platform with you. I truly admire the work that you're doing in and around Essex County. You're killing it. You know, listen, what's behind the bra? Y'all get behind that. She put in the care items, her and her grandchildren, her mother, everybody, the whole family. It's a family affair, putting all these items together and shipping them out. I've seen it. It's all a labor of love. So please, whatever she does in the future, get behind it, get a donation, get me a donation, but get her a donation, and and continue to help her as she is encouraging women to find out what's
Mhm.
behind the bra. That's important.
And men now, what's behind the pecs?
Oh yeah, I saw my man. I saw my man. That was a
John
good
Frederick
show.
from
That was a really
Buffalo.
really good show. Yeah,
Thank you. Thank
yeah,
you.
really good show.
So let's get to you. Like, how are you feeling tonight?
Oh man, I'm feeling fine. Just excited about this show. Going to watch the Super Bowl afterwards, but I'm very very excited about this show. I told many friends and family, I said, listen, I know we are in competition with the Super Bowl tonight, but
Yes, we
just
are.
tune in for 10 minutes. Just give
Right.
us
But here's
5 minutes.
another thing I thought about. Cancer doesn't discriminate. Can somebody right now, right this minute, is being diagnosed with cancer, whether
Yeah,
it's a Super Bowl on or not.
yeah, correct,
Or
correct.
somebody's
Yes,
going through, or somebody is going receiving chemo right at this moment, right? The ones that take home
correct,
the chemo.
correct, correct. In fact, and we'll get to this, but 2 weeks ago last year, so 2 weeks from today last year, like on the 28th,
Hmm.
that's when I got diagnosed with stage 4 colon cancer. Last year, this
Oh
time. So
wow.
last year, this time, I had stage 4 colon cancer and I didn't even know it. So that's real.
Wow.
So that's
Wow.
real. So I get it. I listen. We love football. We love basketball, hockey, whatever case, whatever sport, whatever thing you into. But just give us 10, 15 minutes, 5 minutes, 3 minutes, because you may hear something tonight that may save your life. And most importantly, you may save the life of somebody that you love. And that's what's really important. And that's why what's beneath the bra,
What's behind the bra?
behind behind the bra. Don't mean to screw that up. What's behind the bra and the bridge light? That's why we exist to advocate for certain aspects. And my apologies
No,
for
it's all
messing up.
good. All right, Larry.
Mhm.
So, introduce yourself. Tell everyone who you are.
I'm Larry. I'm a survivor. I'm a survivor, as Monique mentioned. 2-time cancer survivor. Been to combat, been to war. Starting 2002, in Afghanistan, Iraq. Been to Pakistan, as a soldier, um, doing that thing, the military thing. I'm adaptable. I understand that life's, throw you curveballs. What you gonna
Mm-hmm.
do? What you gonna
And,
do?
and
You
shout out
know,
you from Long Branch. Shout out to
Long Branch.
your people in Long
Yeah, Long
Branch.
Branch. You know what I'm saying? Monmouth County, originally from Essex County. Shout out to Park Avenue, Ashland, the old Ashland that burned down 1,000 years ago. But so that's my roots. That's where that grit, that's where that foundation come from. But most importantly, out of all of that, and she's gonna get into the titles and all this stuff later on. Oh, one and two things. I'm your brother and friend, and most importantly, I'm Joya's son. Period.
Oh yeah. R.I.P. to the best mother in the world. Love her to death. Thank you for sharing her with me. All right. So you and I have known each other for 38 years. How does it feel to sit here today reflecting on the journey that brought you to this moment?
Oh man, the journey wasn't cute. It was rocky. You know what I'm saying? It was rocky. The first time that I was made aware that I had cancer, I was confused. I was angry. And like many of us cancer survivors, everybody is a cancer expert, and eat tree bark, drink water, run around the block 15 times a day. You run the cancer out of you. So you've been bombarded with information. And listen, that information, all of you have given me and other cancer survivors advice. We thank you, because it came from a place of love. It really
Right.
came from a place of love. Y'all didn't give us that information to try to hurt us. Y'all just go holistic,
Mhm.
go pharmaceutical, go both, fast and so forth. So I was very confused, very angry, very very upset, because I was like, why? I've been to war. I've been to combat. I did combat over 10 times.
Mhm.
I survived that.
Right.
And now after I retire, a year after I retire, I'm diagnosed with stage 3C colon cancer.
And what year was that?
So that was 2001. 2001. Yeah.
Right. Right.
Yeah. So So I was saying, why me? Well, I mean, I you know, I'm fairly healthy. Work out, I eat healthy. But then a voice said to me, "Why not you? You could carry that cross, and you know what? We need to use you to to help other people that are uncertain. We
Right.
need you to go out there and motivate people and agitate people and push them in and actually take them by the hand and take them to the doctors." So at one point in time I was saying, why me? But even last year I was saying, why not me? Because nobody can handle that cross. But guess what? I can't handle your cross. I don't
Right.
want your cross. It's too heavy.
Right. So take us back to when you were diagnosed the first
Hmm.
time.
Hmm.
Like, what were the warning signs? Like, were you getting your colonoscopy the year before, and then take us to when you got it and you found out?
Right, right, right. So I got my first colonoscopy, I believe, when I was about to retire. So because they got to give you a retirement physical, they got to make sure that you are working, physically and mental your condition, and if not, they provide resources for you to get right. So I
Hmm.
got a colonoscopy, and uh, the individual that gave me the colonoscopy mentioned that it was a few polyps, and this was in maybe 2019. I
Hmm.
retired 2020 February 2020. Ironically, I retired 2029, February 29th. Yes, February 29th, 2020, I retired on purpose. Um, but so in 2019, I got a colonoscopy, and they said it was. They said it had a few polyps, and we took care of that.
Hmm.
Um, so retired. And about a year afterwards, I just started getting like these gas and like kind of like upset stomach, like kind of like just bloated stomach.
Hmm.
And for me, people who know me, I mean,
Hmm.
gas is not a not an uncommon thing. like
Right.
most men, like
Right.
most men, it's not an uncommon thing. To have a little upset stomach was not it was not a uncommon thing. And also, I saw like a little blood in my feces, in
Hmm.
my bowels. But the job that I had, living outside, going to a lot of countries where, you had to eat, different types of food. It wasn't uncommon for me to see blood, have gas, and have an upset stomach,
Right.
So what I would say with cancer at that point in time was I was actually rationalizing. Oh, I just
Right.
have a little upset stomach. Oh, I just have a little gas. Oh, that blood is probably some hemorrhoids or whatever case may be that's making itself present. Until it just got so excruciating. The pain was sharp and just like really, it went beyond like a dull gas pain into a
Hmm.
sharp, like, hey, I'm here pain. And before you knew it, I went and got a colonoscopy. And when I got my colonoscopy, they were like, "You have a malignant tumor in your colon." And I'll be honest with you, I was so high, I was just like so groovy. When they told me, I was like, "What does that mean?" Like, I couldn't even make again because that kind of language. I mean, the
Right. But
narcotics.
this was, you said this was a year later.
This was a year later.
Hmm.
This was a year later, and I was diagnosed the first time with stage 3C colon. I mean, a
Wow.
colon cancer, which means that the colon, that the tumor was pressing against. Well, it was that large. It was pressing against the colon that was ready to bust the colon out. Get through the colon. That's what it wanted to do, and
Wow.
metastasize. And go to other portions of the body.
Right.
So that's what I was feeling. That gas or that bloatedness or that just that uncomfortable was that pushing against it. So I was confused. Um, Again, why me? But you know what? Why not me? And so when I got the first cancer, I had to go through operate a laparoscopic surgery.
Hmm.
Right. This was the diagnosis. So okay, you got colon cancer. You got stage 3C colon cancer. This is how we're gonna fix it. So what they did, so I had cancer on this side,
That's your right side?
the right side, correct. That's
Uh-huh.
important. That's so important because a lot of us say we take, now this is very, very important. A lot of members of underserved communities, we take our the fecal test, like we put some boo boo, some crap on a stick and mail it back to the the place, the company, and they do a test on that feces. But
Right.
what I learned, that only really examines this portion of the colon, which goes into your rectum or your prostate area. It don't really explore this area. That's why you got to get a colonoscopy, because that camera got to go through the whole colon to
Oh,
get to the other side.
that's important.
Say again.
That's important.
That's it. That's so important. That's so important that you just can't put some boo boo on a stick and mail it in, because it hasn't explored the whole colon. But that
Right.
colonoscopy, now getting ready for a colonoscopy is interesting. Nobody likes to do that. Nobody likes to do that.
Clear it out. Clear it
Got to
out.
clear it out. You got to clear it out. One of our good friends, Mo, he every time he goes for a colonoscopy, he can't finish the jug, and they can't fully explore his colon, and he's
Right.
having aches and pains. So I'm saying, listen, you got to get through that. You got to clean the whole. Listen,
The
okay,
whole thing, because a lot of people try to just do half, right? You
try to
got to
do
drink the
half.
whole thing.
Try to do half, or just do the boo boo. Just do the boo boo, and the blood is nothing compared to the colonoscopy. The colonoscopy is nobody likes to have a camera, a small camera up their rectum and that examines their colon. Nobody wants that, but you have to do that. You
Right.
have to do that because it will see. They're actually looking at the colon to see if there's anything that's ugly in there.
Right.
So back to our story. So they cut me here, went across my stomach. So they put a robotic surgery, went across my stomach.
On your left side. So listen for the
On my left
podcast and the
side,
audio. Yeah.
right, for my left side, and they came across my stomach, and then cut the portion down here, cut
On the
that
right
where it
side.
ends on the right side. Yeah, cut a portion. That's called a resection. We
Uh-huh.
call a resection. They cut it. I didn't have to have a colostomy bag or nothing like that. They cut it and took that cancerous portion out, threw it in the garbage or whatever they did with it, no further testing, and sewed me back up. Because a good thing about the colon is that it's big. That's a lot. It's a lot
Right.
in there. So they can continue to. Now, I'm not telling people to cut their colon, get their colon cut, but it's like 6 feet in there.
It's
It's just
enough to
round
spare.
up.
Yeah.
Right. So you got some room to spare, right?
Mhm.
So they cut me, and then after that, I had to go through 12 rounds of chemotherapy, which
Right.
was which was unique because I had my chemotherapy regimen was 12 rounds twice a month. Uh, like week 1 and week 3. Whatever.
Right.
Week 1, I would go on a Tuesday, and they would put the I'll have to sit on the chemotherapy, the drip,
Right.
intravenous, and
Mm-hmm.
then they would send me home. So I would
Mm-hmm.
sit there for like 3 hours on a drip, and then they would detach that and attach a device that I
Mm-hmm.
had to wear home,
Mm-hmm.
a machine, a pump that pumped chemo from Tuesday to Thursday. And then a nurse would come to my house and unplug me.
Wow.
Yes. And I did that. So week 1,
Mm-hmm.
no, week 2, clear. Week 3, and I did that for 12 rounds.
Here's where I want to interject.
Yes, please.
Because you were there for me when I went through chemo. When you told me you had to do 12 rounds, when you got to like your 6th round, you said to me, you said, Mo, did you have a shortness of breath? Like,
Mm.
did you have a problem, like, breathing? And I was like, no, I didn't. And that's when you went to the doctor and you told them, listen, check me out because I'm having a shortness of breath. And what did they tell you?
Yes. So let me back up real quick.
Yeah,
So
go ahead.
right before I started my chemo, they said the particular doctor, they said they were going to give me a CT scan
Mm-hmm.
at my sixth round of
Right.
chemotherapy. Just make sure that it's doing right, to make sure that everything is managing right, and so forth. So bring it up to what Mo was talking about. So I was getting like shortness of breath, and I'm walking up the stairs. I'm breathing hard. I'm sweating. And, it's just insane.
Mm-hmm.
So as I go to my doctor, I said, "Well, it's time for us to do this CT scan." It was like, it appears that you're handling the chemo well. You good? I said, "No, I don't feel good. I mean, I'm not moving like I usually move. I know chemo was going like right now. Right now, my feet are buzzing because I have neuropathy. We could talk about that later as far as the effects of chemotherapy.
Mm-hmm.
But I was saying, listen, this don't feel right. This
Right.
don't feel right. So it kept on saying no, yes, no. I mean, this was in the office one day, back and forth, yes, no, yes, no. I said, listen, give me a CT scan today. They gave me the CT scan, and what they found was this: blood clots in my legs and blood clots in my lungs. And what was happening, now I'm not here to scare you away from the pharmaceutical piece. I'm just telling you my story.
Right.
Um, it was making my heart work overtime
Mm-hmm.
because I had blood clots in my lungs. I had blood clots in my legs. And when I got those results, let's just say I flipped tables over because I was not happy at all. Fired that doctor immediately and went to another doctor's right across the street from them, which was a cancer specialist, which I should have did in the first place. Which I
Mm-hmm.
should have did in the first place. We'll talk about advocacy later on and just knowledge, because
Right.
when you first, as you know, Mo, when you first get diagnosed, panicking.
Mm-hmm.
This cancer is designed to kill you. It
Yeah.
ain't here to play with you. It's
Right.
trying. It's trying to take your life.
It
So you,
is. And I never knew that while I was going through it, I never knew that chemotherapy can give you blood clots. And at times I'm scared to tell people because you don't want to scare them, but you do have to listen to your body, right? So if
yeah,
you have any pain, shortness of breath or whatever, you go and advocate for yourself and say, no, you're not just going to tell me I'm doing 24 X amount of chemos straight, and you're not going to check me. So
right,
with you, I think that's so important.
right,
You felt shortness of breath. You said no, and you stopped
right.
it. You stopped it.
And I
You're like, no,
stopped
we're
it.
not. I'm not having the next one.
Correct. I had two types of chemo. I had two types of medicine, two types of chemotherapies.
Yeah.
One was in the drip, and one was in the bag. I
Right.
said, listen, I'm not taking that one right there. I'm not going to tell you the name of it because you guys text me. We'll have another conversation because this may work for some people. That's why I
Right.
don't want to turn people off. I want to turn people off of this particular
Right. And
chemotherapy.
to make a point, every cancer is different. Every treatment is different. So
Correct.
yeah.
Everybody's an island. Everybody's an island. Everybody is different. Everybody takes it differently. Just based on where I was in my life when I got cancer and the based on the chemotherapy and the dosage, I had a bad reaction to it. I had a bad reaction to it, and I had to stop a particular chemotherapy. Now, if you want to know more about that, hit me up at www.abridge, the number two light.org. A
Mm-hmm.
bridge, the number two light.org. You just Google a bridge to light and we'll pop up. Send me a message on Facebook, on Instagram, or hit us up on our website and we'll have a conversation. But I don't want to discourage people because some pharmaceuticals are good for people. It's just everybody's an island, everybody's different. Yeah. Yes, absolutely. Subscribe. That's right. That's right. They'll call to action there.
So
The most
then,
all the
so
toys
you
tonight.
told them to stop.
Mhm.
So you told them to stop at that point, and then what happened?
And then I just continued on with the chemotherapy with the singular chemotherapy, and What that was,
The one
so
you
when
took
they
home?
the one that was just a drip, the one I was just drip. I just sat in a chair and didn't take the one home with me anymore.
Oh, okay.
Which let me tell you something, y'all. You gotta sleep with it, and you in the bed rolling around. You get up and you forget about it that it's plugged in you. It'll remind you that I'm still here. It'll remind you that I'm still
That's
here.
pretty
So,
dangerous, huh?
well, it's
Is it
at that.
is it a bag that you take home?
It's actually I'm going to email you a picture of it. So after the show, you can like post it so you can see the pic. You can see me in the chair and then me with the bag. It's like a little fanny pack. It's like a little pack. It's not big. It's a little machine that you carry with yourself.
So
But
I mean,
but
is that dangerous? Is that dangerous? Like, can it open while you sleep or something?
okay. My second During my second bout with cancer, I had the bag on me and I took a nap one day. And all of a sudden I felt something cold on my body.
Oh my.
And I looked, and the device where it connect the chemo from the machine to my chest, it broke. And I went bananas. I went, I don't know how I drove. I was foaming from the mouth. I was a lunatic. I was I was getting my treatment from a particular place,
Mm-hmm.
right? But then I didn't think I could make it to them because it was just spitting out because it just squirts out. It squirts out like the chemotherapy will do. So I
Right.
went to the emergency room not far from my house, and they didn't know what to do. They didn't know what to do. They actually put like some gauze around it and taped it and
Wow.
said this is the best we could do. We don't even know what to do. We don't know what to do with this thing. So with that, I went back just like that with it taped and everything, and went back to the people who administered and lost my mind.
Wow.
Lost my mind, and I was in there like uncontrollable because here's the deal. I was not upset for me because I'm fairly with it. But say for example, I was 70 years old, 80 years old, and I was isolated somewhere, and that broke, and my bed is saturated with this poison.
Oh man.
This is what I brought them. I said, listen, I get it. I caught it. But just like how you and I advocate for people in groups,
Mm-hmm.
I'm advocating for people in groups that if this happened, what is the reaction to it? That is standard across the board. They
Right.
didn't know. Man, listen, I forced that particular hospital to create a protocol.
Right.
So when things like that happen, like when things break off, because when you deal with machinery, when you're dealing with stuff like that and tubes and things that are connectors,
Mm-hmm.
you're going to have things that break. I understand that. I
Right.
understand that. But have the procedures down
That if it
when it
breaks,
does break, go to step two,
what should I
go to
do?
step
Right.
three.
So then you let's bring you up to after you told them, did you take a week break, 2 weeks? Like when did you resume full chemo to finish your 12?
Oh, I just kept on going. I kept on going. So this is chemo one she's talking about.
Right,
This is
chemo one.
chemo one in 2021,
21.
22, 21, 22. Got finished in 22.
Mm-hmm.
I kept it going. I just stopped taking that, that particular chemo.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
That particular chemo, and I finished off like in February of 22.
So what
And
did
I
they do with the blood clots? What do you have to do with the blood
oh,
clots?
so with that, I'm on blood thinners now. Right now, I'm on blood thinners and I'm on beta blockers for my heart for chronic heart failure. And I never had a heart attack or anything like that. Everybody, I'm good.
So
Everybody, I'm
are you
good.
saying
But
that the chemo, because I know that when I began chemo, they took like an ultrasound of my heart because of chemo can affect your heart in certain ways, and then they compare it at the end to see like, oh, my heart, her heart was like this in the beginning of chemo, and then
Well,
after chemo, this is what how it affected the heart. Is that
yeah.
what happened in your
My
case?
my heart was damaged. My heart was damaged based on the blood clot.
On the
So
blood clots?
yeah, for because my heart was working overtime. It
Oh
was work.
wow.
It was working overtime. So it was damaged. So I got to take a beta blocker now, which is a heart medicine for congestive heart failure. I take
Wow.
that. I take a half a pill. It's like an aspirin. I take a
Hmm.
half a pill every day, and I take a blood thinner every day.
Wow.
Yeah,
So did you have
yeah.
to do radiation the first time?
No, I've never done radiation first
Okay.
or second time.
Okay.
First or second time. So, I mean, again, I say, why me, but why not me?
Right.
Because again, somebody else in that situation, I'm sure they've done fine, but they probably wouldn't have handled it like me, and they probably wouldn't be able to tell their story like I'm telling it. And I'm very open with my story,
Right.
with everybody,
Right.
just to create awareness about how underserved communities, namely Black and Brown communities in the hood,
Hmm.
suffer from chronic diseases, namely prostate, colorectal, breast, lung cancer, for various reasons, which we'll probably will talk about that later on tonight.
Right. So does it run in your family? Did you have the BRCA
Uh,
gene genetic testing?
I did the testing, but I never got the results back. I haven't
Hmm.
gotten the results back. In fact, the last time I went to huge shout out to MD Anderson, Houston, Texas. Um, that is like the Disney World of cancer research. In fact, I'm doing a interview with them Thursday. And
Hey, that's what's up.
yeah, so um, I just I really bang the drum with them as far as uh, cancer in Black communities and their ability to access MD Anderson.
Okay.
People, as many people in Houston, Texas, don't even know MD Anderson exists.
Hmm.
A lot of their folks come from different places to come to MD Anderson. So
Okay.
yeah,
That's cool.
yeah,
Congratulations on that.
thank you.
So after you rang the bell, you went on a mission and you started a nonprofit. Tell us about that.
Yeah, so listen, been through a lot, been through a lot. Did the whole military thing, 26 years, 20 years as a Green Beret, Special Forces, been around the world doing various things. Um, got staged 3C colon cancer, and I
Hmm.
believe that I was allowed uh, to get through all those challenges, survive those trials for a reason.
Right.
So to include other challenges that we're not going to talk about tonight, and I just thought that me starting a nonprofit focused on not only uh, chronic disease awareness, focused on a colorectal cancer, but we have a specific focus on protection of womanhood and intentional mentorship. The reason
Mhm.
why I said protection of womanhood, because if you can't protect the women in your community, you can't protect your community. I don't care what's going on. I don't care what you got, how much you got of it. If you can't protect the women in your community, then you can't protect your communities. And intentional mentorship, our young people, our young people need us more than ever now
Right.
because of the effects of social media, of peers, of negative peers, of this, of that. So we need good people like yourself and the people that are looking at this podcast this evening to get out there and mentor young people to do positive things. And lastly, chronic disease awareness, namely with colon cancer or chronic colorectal cancer, because I'm the face. I'm the face of stage 4 colon cancer.
Right. Would you say that being in the army and exposed to different what do you call it, chemicals and stuff, do you think that that played a part with your diagnosis?
That's an excellent question. That's an excellent question. And the answer is yes. Period. Environmental, the military, understanding the environment that we were in 2002 to now with respect to Afghanistan, Iraq, and other places around the world. We burned everything, and I mean everything. We burned everything. So they had this thing called a burn pit registry, and based on where you're at and the kind of illnesses that you got, based on where you're at, they were like, it's environmental. You got that from this place. You got that from that place. And so, yes, to answer your question, my cancer is service cancer.
Can you repeat that? You kind of broke up a little bit.
Yeah, my cancer is service connected, military service connected cancer.
Wow,
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
crazy.
that is insane. What do you know? Again, like I said, why not me? Because you know what? Why me? Why not me? I can
Right.
carry this cross.
You absolutely can. And so then fast forward to last year. Is it last year? 2025?
Yeah,
So the whole time since 2022, you were in remission and you went on with your life, but you had the side effects, the neuropathy, right? Like we finished chemotherapy, but we never, it's like you think, oh, as soon as I'm done, I'm going to get back to my regular scheduled program. My life's going to go on, which it can, but it's a new life,
right,
right?
right. Okay, whenever you take a part of your body, and whenever somebody go in your body and take a piece of it and throw it in the garbage, you're not gonna operate at full capacity. You know what I'm saying? And then when they introduce a drug, a chemical on you, a poison on you, you definitely not gonna operate the way you operating 10 years ago, a year ago, a month ago. So with that, I
It's
do
never
suffer.
the same. It's
Never,
never the same. The
never.
aches every time, it's as they say, the PTSD. Every time you feel an ache, you wonder like, oh my goodness, is cancer coming back? Is it returning?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, right now, like I said earlier, I feel my feet tingling. Below my calves, sometimes I can't even feel my feet, and I'm driving. I
And
can't
you
even
haven't
feel.
had chemo since when?
I haven't had chemo since last year.
Last year.
Yeah,
See?
but your body's like a sponge. So all that chemo, all that poison that went into the sponge, no matter how much you wring it out,
Mm-hmm.
there's still some residue there. It takes a while for
Right.
it to get out.
So many people are dealing with neuropathy like bad. Like it's so bad.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, um, I may not. I know I have neuropathy. To what degree? To what badness? I know it hurt me. I know I got to take my shoes off, or my fingers are tingle, or my like sizzling. Um,
And what do you do? What do you use for your neuropathy?
heat. I'm always cold. I'm always cold, and I think of people that suffer from neuropathy. They may because they're the ends of your body, your fingers, your hands. I'm always cold, so heat helps me.
Okay.
I
Do you use like, you're kind of freezing. Do you use like a cream or gloves or you said heat? Do you use anything?
you said a cream. You
Yeah,
came
do
and
you
broke
use
it
any
up.
kind of nerve cream? It
Anybody has
is. Oh, how do you?
recommendation? Put it in the comments.
Right. Let me see if I can actually switch back to oh, there you go. Oh, okay. I'm back on Instagram. It's just like a delayed hi everyone. Um Marissa said thank you for your service. Okay, I'm back. Are you there? You kind
Okay,
of froze.
we're going in and out.
Yeah, it's going in and out now. Ah. Sorry, I'm
Yeah, you
trying
gotta
this
hit that
new
button.
hit what button?
Hit the sad button. The button.
The sad button. I don't even know what that sad button is. But all right. So after you were in remission, how long was it? You said you could like that was so 2022, 23, 24, 25. Um during that time you were just going for your every 6 months checkup. Did you have any feeling like what what made you think, or they just found it that it came back?
Well, I was going through 6 month CT scans, and my blood count, my CAE, I think it's called CAE count, was
Mm-hmm.
going up. Was go CEA. My
Okay.
CEA count was going up. And I think 6 point, whatever the case, like whatever after 6 point, that's where you're getting dangerous. And I think I had a reading of like 6.4. So that's not that, but that as you know, and just for your viewers, there's so many indicators about cancer. It's like a big puzzle. We have the blood, we have this, we have imaging. Let me tell you something about imaging. You cannot have best imaging. This is what makes MD Anderson such a great facility, because they have some of the world's best imaging folks. I know a picture is a picture. X-ray is an X-ray. No, not in cancer, not in cancer. You pay for the imaging. So when they imaged it, they saw some growth. Actually, they saw not only some activity in my lymph nodes, because they removed some lymph nodes the first time, but not all of them. So they
Mm-hmm.
saw some activity, some activity, possibly cancerous activity in my lymph nodes, but they saw a little pimple in my right lung,
Mm.
which was an indication that was stage 4 colon cancer, because it went from one organ to another.
Wow.
And yeah. So that when we think about when we think about stage 4 cancer, period, people say, "Oh my God, the whole body is infested, this and that." No, if you catch it early,
Right.
that's why it's important for you to get tests, get your pap smear, breast examinations, colorectal examinations, all these examinations. Because if you catch it early, yes, you may have stage 4, but that just means you got a pimple down here and maybe a pimple up there, and that if
Right.
it goes to 2 organs, that's stage 4. But now if it's all over the place, yeah, stage 4 also.
So
So
what are you doing now? What's your regimen now for stage 4?
good answer, good question, good question. So I went from a 6 month to 90 days.
What?
Every 90 days, I go to MD Anderson to get imaged. My regiment there, I get my blood taken, and they do imaging. And what's great about MD Anderson, I'm not a paid actor. I'm not a paid person for MD Anderson. I wish I was, but it's just what it is.
Okay.
Okay, like once they take your blood, about 20 minutes later, you start getting pings on your cell phone as far as what were your results. So you're not waiting forever. They give it to you right then and there, and then you go and get your CT examination, and based on, again, this is an adult conversation. So based on my type of cancer, usually when people have CT scans, they drink a contrast. They drink a contrast
Mm-hmm.
so they can see, and they give you an IV so
Right.
they can see.
Right.
MD Anderson take it a step further. They give you a contrast so you can see,
Mm-hmm.
and a contrast so you can see an IV. And they also, based on just the colorectal aspect of my cancer, they utilize something to investigate from the bottom of the colon all the
Wow.
way to the tip. Yeah, so that's what makes MD Anderson.
Can anyone go there or just veterans?
No, 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 no. This is not a veteran facility. This is
Oh,
a
okay.
public facility, um, and it's just it's overcrowded. but you'll never. It doesn't give you the indication. I won't say overcrowded. It's just highly people are coming in and out. People coming in and out, and they service the people. Soon as you come to the door,
Mm-hmm.
they know you. They know they're there to make your life pleasant, and they treat you with respect, dignity. Oh, just make because they understand people are coming and they're probably not in the best emotional condition. So they're there to help, not only help them through the cancer, but help them emotionally as well.
Right.
So yeah,
So
yeah.
how are you? Where are you at today with your diagnosis?
Okay. So I have to go again at the end of this end of this month. I go to MD
Mm-hmm.
Anderson. You mentioned PTSD, so like 24 hours, 40 hours before I have to go to MD Anderson, I get real anxious. I'm gonna be honest with you. I
Mm-hmm.
get really anxious, and yeah, I think you saw, and I spoke about this in another podcast. I live my life in 90-day windows, like 90-day windows, because every 90 days my life may change.
Right.
So I'm living it hard. I'm living it strong. You know,
Did you have to have surgery again or no?
I did. I did. Thank you for asking. So my second time, because I had not because I had stage 4 colon cancer, but what they did, what MD Anderson did. So the first time I had a surgery, it was
Right.
a robotic. It was a robotic that went from one side across. It was non-intrusive. It was not that bad.
Mm-hmm.
MD Anderson, they cut me open. They gave me a zipper. They
Oh.
opened me up, open
Mm-hmm.
surgery, and they went in and removed all. No more lymph nodes. They gone. They
Mm-hmm.
gone. And so that was one surgery, open surgery, and then about a month later, I had to go through a laparoscopic surgery where they went through my back and went in and cut a little piece off my lung. To get rid of that stage 4 colon cancer. So they got rid of the part inside the lymph nodes in
Mm-hmm.
my colon
Mm-hmm.
and down in my colon, and then they went into my back to get that out. So right now I'm cancer free,
Cancer free. Whoa!
cancer
Wait,
free,
my applause.
cancer
Wait, my
free.
applause.
Where's the button at? You gotta push the button.
I gotta find the button. I gotta move it.
Yay! Yay! There you go. There
Hey!
you go. Yeah.
2 times.
Okay, yeah, there you go.
Yep. Yep.
So yeah, so and I go back into this month and we'll see what's going on. But you're right. You're hypersensitive to everything. Oh, I feel this. I feel that. Oh, so and I will encourage everybody that's over the age of 40, when you do feel like a little bump here and there, when you do feel a discomfort, go and check it out. Don't play with it. Don't reason with it like say, that's just this. That's just
Right.
that.
Yeah. Yep. So, what role did faith, family, and friendship play during your cancer journey?
You know what? It really everybody came together. Faith, family, friendship. But as you know, and that's a wonderful question. As you know, I mean, you could be sitting in the middle of a family reunion, but as a cancer patient, that you're just so alone. You're
Mm-hmm.
isolated. And I felt that. I felt that now outpouring of love. Everybody bent over backwards. My faith, my obedience to doing the right thing, to be vigilant, to do, the fast and to really stay on what I'm supposed to do. But really, I really had to learn how to be alone psychologically,
Right.
emotionally,
Mm-hmm.
because you alone. When that needle is stuck in your chest, when you're going through radiation, when you're going through all this stuff to get treatment, you on that cold steel table by yourself.
Yeah.
And you have to
Definitely.
learn, unfortunately, brothers and sisters, ladies and gentlemen, I'm not here to scare you. If anything, I'm trying to scare you to go to the doctors. Go to
Mhm.
doctors regularly. But I'm not here to scare you.
So,
But
if the person went to the doctor today and received a diagnosis,
mhm,
what would you say to that person?
I understand whatever I say, whatever we say, Mo, you know the deal. They're gonna still be a little frazzled.
Right.
They're still gonna be a little crazy. I know I was crazy. Even the second time, I was crazy. I was a little bit more in charge of my crazy because I knew how to proceed. Just breathe. Just breathe. Uh, contact Monique. Contact me.
Right.
Contact other survivors. Okay. Contact other survivors to help you navigate this very complicated situation. I always say we can stop. We have to stop giving simple answers to complex problems. Well, just do this or just do that. No, no. Talk to Monique. Talk to me. Talk to other cancer survivors. Talk to doctors, and just calm down. Calm down. I know this is scary. I know it's confusing. I know you're angry. I know you love your family. I know you love your children. But just calm down. I know it's easy for me to say, but I've been through it twice. And unfortunately, I just got to keep it real with y'all. I may go through it again. I may go through it again. It's okay.
That part.
That's what's real.
And I tell people, like, when they're diagnosed, like, it's okay to have those feelings, to be sad, to cry, like, cry. Yes.
Yeah.
You're human, cry. It's okay. But pick yourself up
That's
and
right.
move on.
That's right.
Like, grab the bull by the horns and ride that bitch out.
Ooh.
Hey.
With the PD
So can you
13.
tell me,
PD 13.
can you tell me some of the myths about colon cancer prevention?
Well, I tell you, a lot of myths is I eat well. I eat well. I don't drink. I don't smoke. I don't do this. I don't do that. How can I get cancer? How could it be me? Sometimes, when we get a little money, we will move to the big city and live in a high rise building. Well, unfortunately, that may be the kind of the worst place for you to live because and you eat right, so the foods, the water we drink, the air we breathe, the food we eat. You know what I'm saying? Is sometimes, but I eat organic. Okay, we'll talk about that later. But so I eat organic, I eat clean, but a lot of the foods that we eat are just it's the pesticides that are utilized. Your body may be just receptive to it, the carcinogens in those pesticides. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? If you live in a highly populated area, like if you live in like downtown Manhattan, yeah, I'm living on a 58th floor, but you still living in a very contaminated area,
Right.
and like for example, Big Lynn, what's up? I know Big
Hey,
Lynn,
Daddy.
right? So I remember coming from New Jersey over the Gothels Bridge back in the day into Staten Island. You had that big garbage dump there. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? And that
Yeah.
right there, people breathing that.
Very
People
toxic.
breathing that air.
Very.
You know what I'm
So
saying?
what simple steps can families take to start conversations about cancer prevention at home?
Mm. First of all, we have to, step one, just acknowledge that, cancer is real. Cancer
Mm-hmm.
is real, and that, we all can get it. We all can get it, but we all need to demystify going to the doctors. Go to
Mm.
the doctors. No matter where you're
Get
at,
checked.
get checked. Get
Mm-hmm.
checked. Go to the doctors. I know we have a phobia. Black people, I'm a black man. I'm
Mm-hmm.
from a black mother. I'm from a black family. We have a phobia of us and the healthcare system for good reasons.
Right.
However, things are changing. Things have changed. Go to a black doctor or a Spanish doctor or a doctor that fits your culture and have them, examine you. But you got to get examined. You got to
Right.
get examined, and we have to encourage each other to do it. Our
Right.
conversation has to be as we talk about everything else that's goofy. Talk about that too.
Right. Because as you can see, look at him, stage 4, and you still do everything. Like, right, you're still working, you're still running nonprofits, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So, what impact have you already seen within the communities you serve?
Oh man, let me tell you. Well, when I took everybody from the journey, my video journey, going through, from the beginning, and I will give the videos of people, showing me going through MD Anderson and my
Yeah.
recovery, me in the hospital. I've seen people say, "Listen, I'm making an appointment right now to get a colonoscopy. Hey, I just got diagnosed with this. What's my steps? So they actually are reaching out. Again, we're having that conversation like we having a conversation about the Super Bowl or
Right.
anything else.
Right.
So I can see the effects that a bridge light is having on the communities that we serve based on the conversations that I'm having with people. I
That's
first time
beautiful.
I introduce myself with people, I ask them how old they are, and I ask them the last time we had a colonoscopy.
Right.
Total strangers.
That's beautiful. So, how can listeners support or get involved with A Bridge to Light?
Push the A button, yay!
Yay!
All right, well, listen, thank you so very much. How can you get in support with Christian Life? First of all, we are www.abridge, ABRIDGE, the number two, light, LIGHT.org. That's our website. Or Bridge to Light, the same spelling. You just put it inside your search bar and it'll come up our Instagram, our TikTok, our LinkedIn page, our Facebook page. And send me a message. Let's have a conversation. Because what we want you to volunteer if you're in the area, or you can volunteer virtually to help us out. We want that. We want you to help us. Or you could donate gifts, financial,
Right.
large
He's
or
in
small.
Dallas, Texas.
I'm in Dallas, Texas. www.abridge2light.org. You got us. Or hit us on our blogs, on our website, because we want to hear your voice. We want to hear what concerns you. So we want to have a conversation on the blog so we all could learn together and make the net work.
Network.
Here you go.
All right. So, what does survival mean to you today? We
I tell
gotta
you,
wrap up real quick.
yeah, no doubt we have to get to right to it. So survival means to me is hope, hope, recreating myself, looking for the next thing, in spite of the situation I am, okay? Um, standing, standing in the circumstance. I'm not a big gospel guy, but I love this song by Donnie McKirkland called Stand. And that song, it motivates me. And it's
Mhm.
just stand. Whatever is happening, whatever environment you in, that's survival. Stand.
Stan. I know
Stand.
that's right. So, when people hear the name Dr. Lawrence Henry, what do you hope they remember most?
That I was fresh. Nah, no, I just want them, their brother and friend, someone they could talk to, a survivor, um, and someone that I want to be able to leave a smile on your face, when I leave, and that I facilitated, thought,
Mm-hmm.
thought. But most importantly, simply joyous son.
Julia.
That's it.
And lastly, if you could leave listeners with one message tonight, what would it be?
Fight like your life depends on it in all areas because it does. And let's learn together. Let's make the net work.
Okay. Well, thank you so much, Larry, for being here. I think we had a beautiful time.
Yes.
I'm so glad we had this time together. Thank you so much for being my friend of 38 years. I truly appreciate your friendship and I love the work that we're both doing. You with A Bridge to Light, me with What's Behind the Bra. I love how we bounce ideas off each other. And I love that we came here today together. So, in closing, I would like to say I wish you much success on your journey. Um, and that brings us to the close of another powerful episode of What's Behind the Bra, where healing stories are shared, strength is celebrated, and no one has to walk their journey alone. Thank you for tuning in, supporting the mission, and helping us amplify voices that truly matter. If today's conversation touched you, inspired you, or helped you feel seen, please share this episode with someone who may need it. Don't forget to follow, subscribe, and leave a review on your favorite podcast platform. It helps us reach more people and continue spreading awareness, hope, and healing. If you or someone you love would like to share your story, partner with us or leave more about our or learn more about our comfort care initiatives, visit behindthebra.org or connect with us on social media. Until next time, take care of yourself, check on someone you love, and remember there's always strength in your story. I'm Monique Bass, and this is What's Behind the Bra.